All right, all right. Welcome everybody to this evening's Pipeline School. We're glad you're here. You are in for a treat. I'm here to introduce our speaker for the evening. Many know Manasseh Fotu. He's primarily known because of his posterity. Just kidding. But he has 13 kids. Manasseh is known for that. He is one of the most requested speakers in the United States in our organization, has one of the fastest growing businesses. And he's just a man that I love and respect, and I'm grateful that he's my mentor whenever I've had times in my life where I've needed guidance. He has always given me the right answer that has led me in the right direction. So super grateful for him. He's a master at this. He's an expert. He knows the answers, and he delivers it in a way that's really, really meaningful. So please get on your feet and welcome to the stage, Mr. Manasseh Fotu.
All right. Thank you, Logan. Good to have you. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be with you. Sometimes I get so excited I can't sleep at night because I don't think that's me. But I'm here to share with you about this platform and why it's exciting, why you should be a part of it. Tonight is more of an introductory for new people, brand new people that are just looking, checking it out. If this is a good idea for them. And what our hope is that by the time we're done tonight, you're excited and ready to roll, okay? Because I remember when I took a look at this idea years ago, and I was introduced to it. I came and sat in the very back of the room, kind of checking it out, and everybody was all excited. I'm like, what is everybody excited about? By the end of the meeting, I was ready to roll, man. I went home and I told my wife, honey, wake up. We're going to be rich. And she said, yeah, be quiet, go to bed, And so, so we hope that you'll see the vision, same vision that we see, why we feel that this is going to be a big, opportunity for you. It's a multi-billion-dollar idea. This is idea for you to take a good look at. So the biggest thing tonight is for you to keep an open mind. Okay. It's like my mentor said, he said, our mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. Okay. So make sure it's open. Okay. And so tonight, I'm going to start with a little quick video, kind of introduce to you a little bit about the platform. And then I'm going to come back and show you more. So, okay.
Stop me if you've heard this one. Ready?
Hi there. Would you like to save 10% on your purchase today and sign up for our in-store credit card?
Chances are you stop me. What isn't stopping is annoying offers like this one and others sitting in your mailbox right now. Ever wonder why credit card companies are so persistent? Here's why. Last year alone, credit card companies made $175 billion off consumers just like you and me, with the nerve to pose as the good guy, wrapping their offers around huge promises of sign-up bonuses and 0% APR. Psst, for limited time only. And while it feels like they have our best interest in mind, it's really just the interest itself on their mind. Even for those of us disciplined enough to pay off our balances each month, the ease of use usually results in a much higher rate of spending. But is there a better way? Introducing the Starfish Way, an online rewards platform that's truly for the consumer, even starting, dare we say, a consumer rebellion, one for the good guys like you and me. An opportunity for no interest, no extra spending, and much higher reward percentages that have many canning their car. Here's how it works. Just open Starfish and simply make a deposit into your Starfish e-wallet. Only the money you've budgeted or plan on spending that month on groceries, gas, restaurants, and other stuff. Then, when you're shopping at one of our merchants, you may have heard of some of them. Amazon, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Apple,
CVS, Kohl's, Best Buy, Lowe's, Nike.
Okay, you get the point. There's a ton, almost 500. All you have to do is check out using Starfish either in-store or online. Just find the merchant you're shopping at, enter the checkout total, tap review and pay, confirm the totals, and then tap complete purchase. That's it. Now just tap view your gift card and tap to use. Present this barcode to scan, or provide the gift card number and PIN and begin earning instant cash rewards. We like to call them perks, up to 20% perks. Just slightly better than their double rewards 2% credit card with interest. And it works just as simply online by entering the gift card number and PIN during your digital checkout. And as we like to say in the slightly corny voiceover world, there's more. Actually, a lot more. The Starfish platform was designed to help you earn and learn, meaning now that you're potentially minimizing your spending and maximizing your rewards, we want to help maximize you and your earning potential. Tap the podcast button for exclusive episodes on financial literacy and success principles taught in a fun, short, and an engaging way. In this sense, Starfish combines the perks that you earn with the wisdom you'll learn for a maximum rate of return. Okay, there's that corny thing. Let's say it this way instead.
I love the Starfish app.
You saved over $100 a month just in cash back.
We love listening to the Rascal podcast. Gives me a shot to get what I want out of playing.
Is it time for you to hand the card, earn, and learn with Starfish?
All right. Doesn't this remind you about hamburgers? And you're like, what the heck are you talking about, right? It reminded me of a story about Ray Kroc, the McDonald's franchise owner, right? And he was trying to sell his idea, of this, that he's gonna, cook all these burgers and people, will eat it and they're gonna sell millions of them, You know that currently they've made over 200 billion burgers at McDonald's. It was even bigger than he thought, right? When we got started with this, November 1st, 2011, when we launched this, we were like Ray Kroc running around, trying to tell everybody, we're going to be big. Everybody looked at us like we were crazy. Well, we don't think we're crazy, right? Those of you that know, we know what we're talking about. We're talking about $1 billion idea, folks. You live in the life you've always wanted. So let's dive into it a little bit. How many of you already go to a platform like this and buy stuff that you're already buying every day? Does that make sense? Right? You already go to Home Depot and Amazon and Target and Walmart. It's so interesting because my friend Rob Robson, he's here tonight. He's one of the platform owner that he'll be speaking after me. So I'm just a warm-up band for Rob. And I remember Rob, almost 3 years ago, he called me and said, Manasseh, I think I got it. Because we launched this November 1st, 2011. It was just a leadership information and a financial coaching program. Owen Woodward and Chris Brady, the main founder of the platform, they got voted by Inc. magazine to be in the top 50 most influential leaders in the world. Inc. magazine only voted 50 of them in the world. And Owen was voted number 20, and his buddy Chris Brady is number 39. Matter of fact, one of the unique things about those guys, out of all those top 50 leaders, Owen Woodward is the only one that mentors somebody to be with him in the same top 50. Isn't that amazing? We're the only organization that have 2 of them, okay? And which is pretty important when you talk about, leadership. Would you agree that everything rises and falls on leadership? Would you agree? I remember hearing that for the first time. I'm like, yeah, I think so. And the more I learned about it, the more I listened to those guys, I'm like, yes, that is important. Now, that's going to be very, very important to you as you learn about our company, because that's what this is about. These guys took ownership of this platform and they said, we're going to make it the best. And they were open-minded to learn more. And so when Rob called me and said, Manasseh, I think I got this. I'm like, what is it, Rob? He said, this deal, it's going to be big. And I'm like, tell me about it. He said, have you ever heard of the matchmaker concept? I said, yeah, I think so. And he said, well, what's your understanding of it? I said, yeah, isn't it like a dating app? Matchmaker? Come on, guys. Give me a break, And he said, you didn't want me to talk about that at all? Uber and Airbnb. And I said, really? I said, yeah, okay, but come over here. I still don't understand it. Okay. So when Rob introduced me to. We launched stores. And then from there, you want me to tell Mike, here, just turn this off. Maybe we live in America, we can get batteries or something. They're on the platform. Home Depot, I bet we can get some batteries from there, right? At least from Walmart and Target. But I remember when we launched it with 50 stores, and now we have over 500 merchants tied into our platform. Amazing, right? And so, but think about it as a customer. Think about it as a customer. Do you think it's a good business that you pay as a customer $60 a year and your return on your money is 400 to 800% return? That's a $5 investment a month, and you're getting an average of $20 to $40 a month. If I ask you, say, look, give me $5 at the end of the month, I'll give you $40 back. Would you give me your $5? Would that be a good investment? Yes. So let me just check on my so far how much I got out of the platform. Let me just check, see how much they've given me so far. Okay, hang on. Let me just check. Let's see. So far, I've gotten back $64.50 and 98.57 PV point value that they're gonna pay me a residual on. Isn't that phenomenal? And what day of the month is that? What day of the month is it? The 14th. You know what that means? I'm gonna have more money coming back because I ain't stopping buying yet. I'm just getting started. I'm just warming up. And you know what? I was looking at, there was 24 transactions that I made so far. Last month, I had 44 transactions, 46 transactions, my wife corrected me. 46 transactions. That means I used it 46 times last month. Okay? Do you understand, folks? I'm already buying stuff that I'm already buying, and I got volume, like I'm a part owner of all those platforms now. They're giving me, so basically, if you're average, you're $20 to $40 a month. I'm a little bit above average because I have a whole lot more kids than you do probably, right? Okay. So if you want to be above average, just have more kids, kidding. So does that make sense? Just as a business, does that make sense to you to have a business that is already giving you an 800% return on your money from just buying stuff that you're already going to buy? Come on, get excited over that, right? Oh, y'all look at me like, what? Well, if you don't get it, you're going to get it when Rob gets up here. All right. How many of you seen this parable of the pipeline? Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever heard of it before? Parable of the pipeline. I remember seeing this the first time. There was a book out there called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and then he wrote a second book called Cash Flow Quadrant, where we got this from, and he talks about a bucket system versus a pipeline system. He said that's the way people make their money. He compared it to like hauling water. He said, I want you to imagine you're living on an island, and for you to get your water, you got to take a bucket and walk a mile to get your water every morning. He said that's like working a job. You get up in the morning, go to work, get paid on Friday, right? How many of you takes you an hour to get to work and 30 minutes to get home on a Friday? Because you're excited, right? Because you got paid, right? And on the way, halfway home on Friday, you got paid, you're like excited. Then you realize what? At least for me, I realized my check is already gone before I got home. And then you get home and you said, honey, we're going out tonight. And your wife said to you, we can't afford it. I said, no, I don't care if we can't afford it. We're going out tonight. Because I deserve to go out tonight because I've been working all week. And you go out and you go, charge that credit card. That's where 95% of the world today, folks, are at. And I'm here to tell you, we found a better way. See, 95% of the people in the world, that's the way they make their money, is hauling a bucket. The 5% are right here. When I heard that for the first time, I got excited because I thought, what would it be like if I could just double my income? How would your life be different if you double your income? How many would be excited if you could double your income? How many would be excited if you can 10x your income? Okay. I mean, yes. You know, the good news is there is a way. You know why I know? Because I know. Okay. I remember when I got to 100x and I was able to bring my wife, I was able to keep Lisa home as a full-time mom, right? That was a big deal. Huge deal. And then I realized, you know what? A year or so down the road, I could be home too. I could be home. I remember the morning I woke up when I got free. I remember it was like this. How many of you use alarm clock? Anybody use alarm clocks? How many of you ever wake up 2 seconds before the alarm goes off? That's what happened to me. I wake up and I'm halfway into getting ready and I realize, hey, I'm already free. I'm free. I'm free. I don't have to do this anymore, right? And I'm sitting there dancing in the dark by myself because it's 5:30 in the morning, right? And then I realized, yeah, I gotta look silly, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm free, right? All because I plugged into a system like this, folks. The interesting thing about that, I never thought I could do it in the beginning because I thought, I come from the island of Tonga, come to America. I didn't speak English. I struggled through school. I married my wife. She's from America because I thought that's my savior. She's going to save me because she's from America. And then I said, honey, you take care of the money. I'll go get the money. And she looked at me like, I don't know how to take care of the money. And I thought, man, that's why I married you. I'm in big trouble. Then I find out when I meet Oren Woodward and Chris Brady that launched this platform that 95% of the world today in America are broke anyways, living from paycheck to paycheck. And only 5%, they really live their dream. They live the American dream. And I thought, wow. And then they're telling me that I get 100x my income. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Okay. So I got excited. I couldn't sleep. Even though I didn't understand everything, I thought, man, there's hope. What is life without hope? It's no fun, isn't it? I'm telling you, I got excited because I thought, man, I can build this. And then we go to school and we learn this. We learned that, you know what? I mean, think about why is it such a, why 95% of the world today in America today, are not living their dream? Somewhere along the way, you and I learned for you to make more money, you got to go to school, get good grades, and go work for somebody else for only 45 years of your life. Then at age 65, you're going to fall off the cliff. Some of you don't like that. At 65, is there more people working past the age 65? More than ever. And you know what's going to get worse? We're saying to you, we have a better plan. Instead of hauling the bucket, we're going to help you build a pipeline. I get so excited because I'm thinking, man, our pipeline system has gotten so much better than ever before. How many know what I'm talking about? Right? Yeah, it's so much better. Okay. Because Oren and Chris and Rob, who's coming up here, came up with some amazing idea of putting this platform together. I was just thinking the other day, I love being in business with smart people. And seriously, and there's one thing I did right. I got in business with smart people. Okay. How many always feel like you're a hard worker, right? You work hard and all that, but it seemed like you never really got ahead, right? I love the fact that I'm a hard worker, but I'm in business with people that are really smart. They put this together. Isn't that awesome? Okay. That means that if you just get in the way, you're going to win, baby. That's what I did. Because I already know how to work hard. I knew if I just get in the way with these guys, they're going to teach me how to do it. It's exactly what happened. So how many have ever heard of the platform business model? Okay. Because here's the deal. How many platforms have you heard and seen in the world today? Like, look at Amazon, right? all the owners of that platform makes billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? Because products and people come to that platform, you and I buy, they make all the money, right? How about if we gave you a better deal than that? How about if we said you become one of the owners also of those platforms? Every one of those platforms, you become an owner also. And we figured it all out how to do it. Yeah, I've seen like I did it. But this is not just for me, it's yours. It's your platform. Isn't that great? That you can be part of a platform that you can be a part owner of? That every time you buy, it's a better deal and you make money and you create a residual income, right? You create a residual income. I just love it. The last time you went to Walmart, did they give you money back? If you're not part of our platform, then you're not getting a good deal. Think about, guys, every platform that we have, every time you walk in, you got a better deal than everybody else that come in. On the front end, they give you cash back. On the back end, they give you volume like you're part of the part owners. How many people do you think go to Walmart every week to buy at Walmart? Every week, walk into the Walmart store every week. I'll help you. 230 million people every week walks into a Walmart. What happens if you have 100 people that walk into Walmart and they buy through your platform that you sent the link through? Do you get what I'm saying? Are you okay of getting an extra $2,000 a month coming your way? Just because you shared it with a few people from your link and they go in and buy and you get some residual from there every time they buy. Isn't that awesome? I mean, seriously, it's amazing. I was at an appointment this afternoon with my buddy Carlos, and we were registering a buddy of his into the business. And on our way back, it was about 2:00. I called my wife. I said, Lisa, honey, is there food? Can I eat? And she's like, nope, you're on your own with your platform today. I said, thank you very much. So I looked at my platform on the way home. I said, I like Panda Express. Yeah, 6% cash back. So that's what I did. And I went there, but I called my boys. Hey, do you guys want food too? And they said, yep, double chicken, orange chickens, they said. So I'm like, I'm ordering all this food. And Lisa said, I got home. She goes, I can tell on the platform that you bought way more than just for you. And I got 8 boys. So I just wanted to see, I just wanted more points, right? And cash back, right? But I was getting money back. And I thought, this is awesome, right? And guess what? How many of you here, raise your hand if you use the platform today? You know what that means? I made money when you bought today. Also, those of you that didn't buy today, I'm mad at you for not buying today. But you know what's cool about that? We can help you. So when other people buy, you make money too. Isn't that awesome? I mean, think about it. Think about it, okay? Here's this a consumer rebellion right here, guys. Now, I talked about our platform, and that is a $250 billion idea. Worldwide, $250 billion. We believe we're going to own it in the next 10 years, guys. Only a $200 billion idea. Are you okay to be owner of that? Well, here's another deal right here. It's pretty big too, okay? How much money do you think the credit card companies are making every single year? Every year. How many credit cards do you think out there in the world today? How many people are in America? How many people are in America? About 350 million, isn't it? Do you know how many credit cards are available today? Actively available today? 1 billion. I just heard it today. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? There's more credit cards than people? Because why? It's a big business. You know why it's a big business? $75 billion every year they make. And that is just the beginning. You know how much they make from the other people that don't pay their bills on time? Another $175 billion. $250 billion idea, folks. And you and I are going to help people with it. Ain't that great? Now think about this here. Every dollar that you make when you help build this, put this together, you're blessing other people another $2.25 with that of not having to pay late fees. Is that okay with you? Is that a win-win? Is that a win-win? Yes. Okay. So awesome. I love helping people make money. My buddy Carlos, he called me yesterday because he got paid. How many got paid? Anybody got paid today from their platform? Raise your hand. See, there was a bunch of people that got paid. Okay. I called my buddy Carlos. I said, Carlos, did you get paid? He goes, yeah. His first check. I said, how much? And I'm thinking, $340, $300, $400. Might be pretty good. His first month. I'm thinking $300 or $400 because I was kind of calculating the numbers. His first month. And really, he only worked 7 days of last month. He's getting paid for 7 days of work. He didn't do anything in the beginning of the month. Only 7 days of February, he really put together a couple of meetings, registered about 8 or 9 people into his business. I said, how much did you make, Carlos? He said, Manasseh, I'm fired up. I said, good. How much did you make? He said, $740. I said, Carlos, I'm mad at you. He said, why are you mad at me? I thought you were happy for me. I said, because my first check was only about $6. Less than $6. But ain't it great that it's a better opportunity for Carlos than me when I got started? It's a better opportunity for you than when I got started. Do you get what I'm saying? How many get excited about that? There's a better opportunity for you. Or are you okay to make an extra $740 your first month? We're going to show you tonight. Because we're eliminating. We work with smart people like Rob Robson that have helped us eliminate credit card fees like this, guys, I'm telling you. And then you get paid every time you go buy from those stores. And I tell my family, if they're not on our platform, don't spend money at that stores. Only go to the stores that we have in our platform. Because that's our business. If they're not in our business, don't spend money there. Only spend money here. Because if you're going to spend my money, you only spend it in the store. Okay? I'm taking ownership of my business, folks. Okay? But look at this, how huge that is. Is that huge? That we eliminate all those credit card fees and bless people's life and change their life, right? So that's our business. Our business is 75 billion. The blessing is 175 billion. Late fees. Okay? They say, what, 74% of the world today use credit cards? Okay? Huge. So which community do you want to be part of? A community with, that use credit card and get charged all that, or cash? We're saying the consumer rebellion, transfer the pipeline back to the people, to you. We want to give you a bunch of money. Are you okay with that? Give you a bunch of money, right? Right? I mean, think about it. Billions and billions of dollars getting transferred back into you. And you might be saying, Manasseh, easy for you to say because you already made money and everything, but I don't understand all this. I didn't understand it either. I didn't understand it either, but I thought, what do I got to lose? I didn't understand it, seriously. When Rob Robson told me about it, I did not understand it. I said, Rob, fly over here, because he was living in Arizona at the time. Come here and explain it to me. And we went out to a workout that night at Bossa Fitness in the middle of the night. And the gym was kind of full. Kind of a lot of people in there. And I was getting more and more excited. I was like, started yelling. I'm like, what? Are you serious? We're going to make money by going to Walmart and put gas in my car at Chevron? And he said, yes. I said, can you do that? I don't understand how to do it, but really, can you do that? Don't mess with me, bro. And he's like, yes, I think I figured it out. And he said, all right, let's do it. He said, no. You got to help me sell it to Owen and Chris. to the owner that have all this money, right, to invest. And I'm like, no problem, man. We got this. And I remember when we talked to them, Rob and I were at a convention in St. George, and we went to the backstage and we talked to Oren about it. Literally 10 minutes into it, he said, I'm in. Let's do this. And I'm like, see, Rob, see, this is good. You know, it became my idea now. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm smart. See, that's why I love having Rob with, because it makes me look smart, right? You too, okay? But think about this, folks, a $250 billion idea that you and I, what makes it works really well is you're already doing it. You're already shopping every day in those stores, guys. Doesn't it make sense that you get some of that money too? Okay? The matchmaker comes in. Think about what happened. How many understand how, you know, what happened to Uber and all the taxi business? It just seemed like one day you were at the airport, all these yellow cabs are there, and one day you showed up, no more yellow cab. They all went away. Because somebody came up with a better idea that they're going to use the backseat of your car for somebody to give somebody a ride, and you're going to make some money, and they're going to make a bunch of money. And all of a sudden you went to the airport, there's no more yellow cab around because somebody had a good idea. That is exactly what happened when Rob Robson came out with that idea. That is exactly what happened when Ray Kroc came up with the McDonald's franchise idea. Everybody thought it was crazy, but he didn't think it was crazy. Rob knew it was right. And when he talked to Oren and Kristen, they knew it right away. They were like, okay, this is good. Let's do this. And the process started. And that was 3 years ago. I mean, seriously, I heard about Uber, but I didn't pay attention because I live in Utah. I don't live in New York. I don't live in that place where I have to ride, you know, a taxi. It wasn't until 9 years later, Rob and I were in Peru doing speaking at a big convention that we were doing there, you know, with like 1,000 people over there. And Rob and I used Uber for the first time, and I realized how big it was. 9 years later, by that time, Uber had dominated the whole deal. Okay, folks, we just launched the last piece of this platform, July 5th. July 5th. That's about 7 months ago that we just launched the whole thing. What I'm saying, don't wait 9 years to figure out this is big. But can you see I'm a little bit excited about it? A little bit. Okay? Don't wait. You don't want to wait 9 years, right? You know, I was watching Shark Tank, you know, one time. Anybody watch Shark Tank sometime? And Mark Cuban, you know who Mark Cuban is? The guy from Dallas. You know, he's supposedly like, he's rich, right? He's a billionaire or whatever. And he said he was one of the first investors that he was supposed to invest into Uber. He was giving that opportunity and he thought it was dumb. He said, why would anybody get into a stranger's car to give him a ride? That would be the dumbest idea. That you would put your kids in the car to take them to school. In New York, they do. He said, that's a dumb idea. That would never work. And you know what? He said, he realized he was dumb for not be the investor. But see, yes, I can see how he would miss it. But do you see why you should not miss it? Ours makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? They're already spending the money every day. Every day. You're spending money every day at stores that you already give money to, right? Why not get some of that money back to you? Just like I did. $60-something back and some volume to get paid on at the end of the month. Okay? That's why we're excited about this year, because we believe we're on to something bigger, that we can help you 10x your income. How many of you interested in 10xing their income? Okay? That's exactly what Carlos did. That's exactly what he did. You understand me, folks? He went on 10x his first month. That's what he did. And I said, I was celebrating with him. I said, Carlos, guess what? And he said, what? Just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? And because he went on, now he's more motivated than ever before. He wants to get to 100x now. So how do you 1000x your income? How do you 100x your income? I'm going to share with you right here. Look to the right circle. Here's how you 10x your income. If you had more money and more time, what would you do differently? Do you know that I asked my mentor, I said, how do I become a millionaire like you? And he said, what's your dream? He said, Manasseh. I said, how do I 10x and 1000x my income? And he said, what is it that you want? Have you defined it very clearly, exactly what you want? I said, yes. He said, what is it? I want time and money to be with my 13 kids. 8 boys, 5 girls. I wanted to get up and coach them. When they go to the golf course, I would be right there with them. And you know what? That's exactly what happened, folks. Because of this idea, I was able to match, double, and triple my income 5 times it, and then I was free. And I got to have time with my kids. You see, I just heard this story. This is really, really important. This is the most important part of this presentation tonight. And then Rob will come and take it home. Listen to this. This is the most important part. I was listening to some kind of a podcast. Simon Sinek was explaining this exact thing. Because he said it all starts with the dream, with the why. Start with the why, he said. This is why people, the difference between the 95% and the 1%, he said. And he tells a story. He said him and his buddy were running a charity event run in New York. You know, there were these little fund run, and they donate money to this charity that they were donating to. And after they did the run, you know, they said, hey, there's free bagels over there. Free bagels. And they go walking over there. He said to his buddy, hey, let's go get a free bagel. And they got closer to get their free bagel. There's a big, long line. And his buddy said, he turns to his buddy and said, let's go. His buddy said, no, man. Look at that line. He said, free bagel. His buddy said, long line. Me no want no bagel. He said, free bagel. And his buddy said, long line. But he kept walking to the bagel. He said he walked over there, and he asked, there is a long line. People standing there. And he said, you know what? This is exactly the way people stayed in the 95% world, just like his friend. Because all he sees is obstacle. All he can see is bagel. And what he did is he went all the way up to the front of the line, reached right in there, grabbed 2 bagels, and walked away. Everybody's still talking, and said to his friend, free bagel, let's go. And he said, see, that's what America's about. You living your dream, you going after your dream without getting in front of other people's way still. They can still get their dream too, but you can get your dream too. And that's why you can. But so many people, all they see is the obstacle. No different than when I came home and the first time I saw this, I thought, all I can see is freedom, freedom. Me wake up in the morning, play ball with my kids, take them to school. When I came home, I said, honey, we're going to get free. And she said, my parents did something like that and didn't work. I said, so? She goes, yeah, my dad, my mom, my mom and my dad did something like that and it didn't work. I said, so? Me not like your dad. Me brown, better looking than your dad. No, just kidding. Just kidding. My wife's not here yet, is she? Okay. But do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why this is so important, folks. If all you see is the long line, then you'll never get it. You will stay in the 95% world. We're here to tell you that you can get your dream and then we will help you. Without getting in other people's way. You understand that's what America's about? My parents came to America to live the American dream. Seriously, I was talking to my mom. I left Tonga, came to America when I was 10 years old. I had no idea what the heck America's about. I mean, I knew it was better. I knew all that, but I can't, okay, let's go. All right. Years later, now that my parents are gone, I appreciate them more than ever before. Because I realized, wow, this is exactly why my mom told my dad, we're going to go to America. Because she wanted that bagel. And my dad said, 10 kids? Really? And we're going to sell a lot of fish to get to America. Are you kidding me? And my mama said, no, you better go pray and you better get to work because we're going to America. Do you understand, folks? They did a study. Listen to this. They did a study that said that more people in America that are from other countries become millionaires than those that actually grew up in America. Why do you think that is? Because you're thinking the line's too long. They come from the other country and they go, bagels! I want that bagels, dang it! And I will do what to get it. Now, why am I yelling? I don't know. I'm just excited. Okay? I better calm down. Breathe. Yeah. Okay. This is why. This is why. Now, I believe that everybody can do this here. Why? You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You know what that means? That's a big deal. That means you're going to have people like Rob Robson, people like Logan McKay, people like, Brandon Saxton. Brandon got into the business. 37 days later, he hit this level in our business, and he's going, what's the big deal, man? Because why? He wanted the bagel. He didn't see no line. Does that make sense, guys? Okay? And then we said to Brandon, we're going to do team approach. We're going to do team approach. He goes, thank you. But even if you don't have team approach, but I say, I'm going to go get that bagel. That's what he said. It wasn't no surprise that he went power player, and I'll show you what that means. How many seen me send a lifeline and he went power player, right? He said, here's what's cool about that. Rob Robson broke the first power player, and then Brandon went power player next after that. Brandon doesn't even know what's he's in yet. He doesn't even know what he's in yet. All Brandon knows, there's a bagel and I'm going to go get it. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Okay? That's the power of the dream, guys, is what I'm telling you. Power of the dream. Okay? And then we come in here, I said, Brandon, it's going to be better than that. And I said, what? He said, what? I said, I get to help you too. I'm going to put some people into your business. He goes, well, thank you very much. Hurry up. And I said, help me. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay? We get to help each other. And the more people we help each other, the more the volume goes up, the more money you make, right? No different than what Walmart did, except you don't have to build a building like Walmart. You don't have to come up with millions and billions of dollars to build a building and start the Walmart enterprise. You get to team up with us and we get to help you. Isn't that awesome? Right? Isn't that great? And more people that you put in there, the more money you make. Check this out. 6 people. Do you know at least 6 people that go to Walmart and buy stuff they're already going to buy? You go put 6 people into this team, you're going to make $380. Would you be okay with 6 people that make $380? Huh? And if you go and put more people in there, just like my friend Carlos, you get $740. Okay? You get it? Okay? It's whatever you put into it. See, all Carlos sees is the bagel. He doesn't see anything else. And there is people that he is showing it to, and people say, oh, and next, get out of my way. I'm going to go find the bagel. I'm going to go find somebody that sees what I see, and he starts registering more people. Do you get it? Okay? All right. So here it is. So the more volume, the more it goes up the percentage from 3% all the way up to 30%. More people, they go and buy, they get a better price and cash back, and volume goes up, you make more money. But you don't do it alone. We work as a team, just like I said before. We as a team are going to add people to your team. I went and add people to some of my guys' team today, and they weren't even there. I was adding people to Matt and Becca Self's business and Jerry Daniels' business, and Jerry wasn't even there. Are you okay with that, Jerry? Say thank you, Manasseh. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. But we are a team. You understand, folks? This is teamwork. We're working together. Okay? And Antonio, I add somebody to your business today and you didn't even know about it. Say thank you. Mucho gracias. That's right. Thank you. Do you understand, folks? So if that 4 goes to 20 and that 2 goes to 10 people, right? We work together, we do that. Then that's $2,000. You just 100x your income. 2,000 residual income. Okay? Think about your income that you already make every month and add another 2,000 to it. How many of you would be pretty excited about that? Right? And we're saying to you, keep buying stuff you're already buying and just tell a few people. They say, hey, do you want to save some money? How many of you buy from Amazon already? How would you like to partner up with Amazon? Okay, isn't that great? That's it, right? You're now at 30%. You're making extra $2,000 a month. Now things are moving. It's growing. You're not this. It's not just you now. Other people are moving the ball forward. They're buying stuff they're already buying every day, and then you just go help them. You help them introduce it to other people, folks. We're 7 months into the deal here. Do you think we're going to get big in the next 10 years? Hello? Okay? We're 7 months into it. We're just getting started. Okay? It's taken us a little bit to get it going, but now we get it. Now we got everything in place for you to live your dream. Okay? So don't miss it. So you get to 1,000x, you make way more. Okay? Here's the steps. 3 steps you got to take tonight. You must choose at least one. If you don't get it and you don't understand it, you got to at least stay here and listen to Rob Robson. Rob has become one of the founders, made millions of dollars with this idea. Okay, he's genius. Okay, but if you want to be a customer tonight, pay the $60 a year, once a year, and become a customer. And go try out the platform tonight. Go to IHOP. Go to Chili's. Go somewhere and eat. I recommend eat a lot. Especially if you're part of my team. So use the platform. Here's the cool thing about that. It's 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like it, in the next 30 days, we give you all your money back. It's only $60. Have you ever spent $60? How many are married? You want to spend $60, you came home, your husband said, hey, why'd you spend that money? I don't know, it was on sale. But we don't need it. Yes, we might need it next year. Okay. $60, try it out, okay? Our recommendation is plug in as a customer. 2 days later, you should convert over to be a top customer. and go from it. Why should you be a member? Because here's the deal. Remember that team approach that I was showing you earlier? Where we add people to your team? See, you get started tonight. The next couple of days, we add people into the team because you're already in. We put those people in your team. In your team. You get it? Okay? And you have 30 days to use the platform and see if you like it or not. The win-win. You can't lose. Okay? You're only going to lose if you don't try it. Okay? How are you going to know if it works or not if you don't go out and, buy stuff with it? You're going to buy stuff this week. Why not use the platform and try it out? Okay? All right. And then 2 days later, you become a business owner. It's $60 a month. That's so about $215 altogether. You're in business. That's the one-time fee. You're in business and you're paying $60 a month instead of $60 a year. Now, why $60 a month? The first thing that's going to happen when you upgrade to pay the $95, you get what's called a life accelerator. Now, that life accelerator is probably one of the most important things you're going to get when you get started. Why? In that life accelerator, there's our financial coaching program and our leadership training. A ton of them in there. Okay. Do you understand that it's not about just you making the money? Most of the 95% of the world today know how to make money, but don't know how to keep it. In that life accelerator is a financial coaching program that is being taught by some of the most amazing people how to get your finances right. Okay. So we're not going to just help you make money, but we're going to help you keep it. Are you okay with that? Right? So when you upgrade, when you're paying that money to get in, we're not just saying, pay the money, get a spot. No, we give you plenty of value for that, folks. Seriously. How many know what I'm talking about? You listen to our information, there's lots of value in there. Okay? And 2 days later, you're going to upgrade and you're in business. Now, let me just wrap up with this here. Besides making the money, there's so much more, guys. I'm telling you. I look at how much value this idea has brought to my family. It's been amazing. If I line up all my kids here and you come and ask them questions, was this worth it? Every single one of you, every single one of them would tell you it was way worth it. It wasn't just the money. They got time and money to be with them and all. Not just that. It was the way I communicate with them, the way I work with them, the way I empower them, right? It was the books I read, the audio I listened to, the mentorship of my mentor that taught me to be a better leader. It's not just about the money. It was about how I influence my children. Do you understand? You can either influence them the wrong way or the right way. And sometimes we do it the wrong way. Agree? Well, it's more important that we do it the right way because I see a lot of people a lot of time, and I'm not judging them, but I just see they make a lot of money. But their kids don't want to be around them. You know why I know? Because they come to my house, hang out with my kids. And I feel bad for them. Okay? So there's more, is what I'm saying. There's so much more here than you can imagine. And that's why it's important that you come here and you're going to listen to Mr. Rob Robson. I'm telling you, there's so many great things. We're going to take a little 10-minute break. And then if Lisa is back, I'm going to have Lisa come up here and say hi to you. She promised me she's going to be here. So I'm going to be really mad at her, but don't worry if you're all right. Okay. So we're going to take a 10-minute break and then we're going to bring Rob up. And I'm telling you, stay here, listen to Rob. He's gonna wrap up and help you understand where do you take it from here, a customer to a business owner and creating a 1000x business like he already has and more. Thanks, you guys. Good to be here with you. See ya.
All right, it's time. I always wanted to be like the UFC announcer. So, oh, So Manasseh mentioned that his wife Lisa was going to come up and share a few words. So I don't want to say that she's Manasseh's better half, but she's his other half. And she's a great support for Manasseh in building the business. We're really excited to have her come and share a few words. So please help me welcome Lisa Fotu.
Thank you. I apologize. I was just stepping through that door when he said his last few words. So it's so good to be here with you guys tonight, and especially after such a phenomenal weekend with such a great seminar. And I know that there's a lot of buzz in here because you guys are excited about your future. And that's why we're here tonight, is to give you a little bigger picture, especially if you're here brand new, to help you understand a little more of what this life community is all about. You get a small taste of that here tonight, but we hope that you will dive into the information. There's so much information on our platform. There are so many audios, and I was just talking to someone in the back, and we were talking about Raymond and Tina Abernathy, who were our speakers that came in this last Saturday. And I went in and put their name in our media section of our platform and pulled up all their audios. And that's just one example. We have so many phenomenal leaders at the helm of this community. And for Manasseh and I, being able to create a lifestyle that has provided so many options for us has been such a blessing. But even greater than that is to have such incredible information, leadership information in our hands, to teach ourselves, to grow and learn, and also to be able to share that with others and with our family members and those who are closest to us. I was just listening to some of our podcast material on my way up here tonight. And I love sharing that with my family, with my children, and then being able to share that with people that I come in contact with. You guys are a part of something really special. And if you take the opportunity to dive into that information, learn more, I promise you, you're going to find some hidden gems in this that you never thought were here. And it goes beyond being able to create another income. It goes beyond, being able to become financially free. There's so much more to this community, and I hope that you'll find out for yourself. Excuse me. I would highly encourage you, though, one of the next steps that I would take if I were you is make sure that you come and attend with us. Association is a really important part of what we do. It's really, Kevin Conover said one time, one of our leaders said, it's the pinnacle of what we do. And being able to associate with like-minded people who are moving in the same direction, who have similar goals and dreams, and who have created a culture that is second to none, is so important to what we do. And so being here tonight is that first step, but I would highly encourage you, do not miss the next seminar. I know many of you attended for the first time this one that we had at the Salt Palace on Saturday. Our next one will be April 15th. No, is it 15th? Okay, I just booked it with Mountain America. I just can't remember the date, but we will be back down at the Southtown Mountain America Expo Center. And if you guys haven't heard yet, we have some people coming in that we have not had here for a long time. I don't remember the last time that we had these incredible leaders. They are actually some of the founders of this community. And so we are so incredibly excited and blessed to have Bill and Keisha Lewis. And they will be coming and sharing with us. They will do a lot of teaching and training, but most importantly, you will go away inspired by their story. And I'm not going to share any of that tonight because I want you to come and listen to them. Beyond that, we will be recognizing some of those, some of you in this room who have moved on to new levels and are achieving. And we want to recognize you that day and celebrate. And so it's just a wonderful day to come, be together, associate together, and most importantly, leave inspired and know how to move on and take our businesses in the direction that we want to go. So without any further ado, I guess Lee is going to come back up and introduce our next speaker, who I'm so excited to listen to. And anyways, I'm going to let him do that. So come on up. But thank you for being here with us tonight, letting me share. It's great to see you here.
All right. So, how many of you at your jobs have a boss who is motivated to train you so that you can take his place? No? Maybe you are the boss. Do you train the people who work underneath you to take your place? No? Well, one of the things that's amazing about this community, and Manasseh is too humble to mention this, but he was talking about Rob Robson. And one of the things that's amazing about this is that he actually trained Rob Robson to the point where Rob was able to pass him in the business. And Manasseh supported him all the way. He encouraged him all the way and still does. And Rob just does such an amazing job at crafting this business and leading this group of people. And so we're really excited to have Rob here because he's such a great mentor and such a great leader. So please help me welcome to the stage, Rob Robson.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, man, it was so fun. I was trying to get to as many of the new folks as I could. I'm sorry if I didn't get to meet you yet. I'd love to meet you soon, but we may go handheld here in a minute if it gives us problems. But I love that there's so many new folks here learning about what we're doing. I really believe what we have with this idea, this platform, is the greatest opportunity for ordinary people to really achieve extraordinary freedom. And I think what we've done is really, really unique. My background, I met Manasseh Fotu when I was 15 years old, and he was involved. He and Lisa were involved in a direct sales network marketing company that my parents had gotten involved. And I went to this big event, and all I remember is this Polynesian guy that I'm sure, I don't know what language he was speaking, but it didn't seem like English, but I had never been so inspired in my life. And now this was a long time ago, right? I was 15, so this is like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, but anyway, so I saw, and they had built a huge organization. And I'm going to walk through. In fact, do you have the clicker? Did I run up here without it? Oh, perfect. Thank you. I want to go through a couple things a little bit different today. I want to talk about what's really unique about what we do, and really because I want you to have thick skin. I want you to be really confident that what we have is not like anything else. You can bring that up. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things that I think will mean a lot to you. I'll come back to this video here in a second. Oops. So I want to go through more about big picture, what we're doing, why it's the best. And then I want to walk you through a pattern of success that I know anyone can do. I know anyone can follow. And that's a big thing to say. So here's what we're looking at. Manasseh talked about the buckets versus pipeline, right? And that part I think is so critical because I get a chance to speak at a lot of universities, and I've been able to. A few months ago, I spoke at UVU. They had a big economics forum. Was speaking a while ago at Arizona State University. I've done a whole bunch of universities in Mexico and Peru as we've expanded. And I'm the perfect person to speak at a university because I barely graduated high school and I dropped out of college my freshman year. So why wouldn't you ask me? You know what I mean? Like, you know, side note on that, just because it was fun and it makes me feel good, is I was speaking at Arizona State and they asked me to talk on entrepreneurship, which I love to talk to because as young people, they're taught a lot of good things at university. Like if you want to learn to be a doctor, at universities, they have doctors that have practiced medicine and now teach how to do it, right? If you want to be an attorney, there's actual attorneys that have already, been practice law and now they're teaching. But there's not a lot of successful entrepreneurs that then go back and teach university, right? And so they just don't do a very good job in general at teaching business. And I was sharing, and when I share, sometimes when I talk about entrepreneurship, maybe and I was talking a little bit about economics, and maybe some of my political views might come into that. And I don't even mean to, I just try to speak truth, and that's all there is. And so, and I'm not even like, I'm not partisan. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I think it's all corrupt. I just in general believe in freedom. And so I was teaching entrepreneurship under the framework of free enterprise. And there was an economics professor in the audience, and he kept asking questions, and he would use very erudite words. He would use flowery language, basic, all these Keynesian economic terms that he thought I wouldn't know, and all the students would be really impressed that I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do know. I just know that they're not so, that all of them are really silly. And so then I would say, well, that's a good question. So where's what he meant is this, and the fallacy in that is this, and there you go. And so it was over and over again, and it was awesome. And at the very end, it made me feel really, really good, right? And why do you share this, Rob? Because I'm bragging, and this makes me feel good. And so just teasing, but here was my point is, he said, afterwards he came up and shook my hand. He said, those are some really interesting points. And I had read a lot of the books that he's read. He's never read any other books other than his Dogma. And so anyway, I'm like, he said, so where'd you learn all that? I'm thinking maybe I'd like to read some of what you suggested, and then you could come back to my economics class and we could talk some more. Like he wants round two. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he said, so where'd you get your education? I said, well, mostly my bathroom. I had kids and stuff, so I just locked the door. And then a lot in my car while I'm driving is I listen to a lot of audios, and he's like, but I mean, where'd you go to college? I'm like, oh, no, I got results instead. And but which you say that, he didn't say that, he didn't invite me back. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I digress. Now that I've made myself look, or at least feel good. Maybe I didn't look good, but I felt good. And so but anyway, what I want to talk about why what we do is so unique. And I talk about free enterprise because I'm passionate about it. And I'm passionate when I talk to these young people because in general, they're more ill-prepared today than ever before. Like they have no idea that right now, 70% of college students in master's programs, when they graduate, what they have graduated in will not exist as a career. That artificial intelligence and all the shift in technology has already eaten their lunch, and they're spending ridiculous money to know things that have no return on investment. That's a scam. That's a pyramid scheme. I'm worried. We should report them to the FTC. And I'm not talking about college as a scam. I think college can be great if you're there to get an education. Just most people get a degree and they don't get an education, or they went there to learn a career and the career won't exist because they're not taught what's happening in the world today. Are you with me? Does this make sense? Yes? I mean, how many of you guys have heard of ChatGPT that just came out? You guys heard of this? It's unbelievable. Just look it up. So cool. It's new artificial intelligence that is so advanced. Like my 11-year-old wants to be an author, and he's written some books. And so he was writing a book, and he's in chapter 3, and he had just brought it to me, and he had me read chapter 3, and I'm like, I love the story, but the sentence structure is not as good as your first 2 chapters. And I gave him some ideas on just how to more technical stuff. And then I learned about ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, let's put it in ChatGPT and see. So we put it in ChatGPT and say, can you, I can't remember how you phrase it, like however you want, basically, but can you work on the sentence structure on this and make it better? Like that's good, make it better. Shouldn't we just be able to tell people that, make it better, whatever it is, just, what's wrong with your food? Just make it better. I don't know, and so we did that, and it's in 1 second, it spits it out. I'm like, well, let's read it. I'm like, it is better. And he's like, well, they made up new characters and stuff. I'm like, well, you can change it and stuff. And then I said, well, give me 10 more versions. Ding, 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 ding. Here's 10 more versions. It's wild, right? And the same company, OpenAI, has the same type of idea for pictures. So if you want to create something for your company and you say, I want want a crab, playing cards, riding a unicorn over a rainbow. It'll create one right then. And it's like, that's a good looking crab. And you can have it 10 different ways. So here's my point. Do you know how many jobs that replaces now? The people that have master's degrees are now obsolete. And here's my big picture without getting too deep details into this. There's only two paths for the vast majority of folks, because if your job can be replaced by a robot, it will be. And it's not a humanoid robot. It's just like software. It's just like, oh, you're no longer needed, and so you either got to be really the most high tech, like always, you're the expert of experts in all of this. Remember a couple of years ago, there was this big joke around all the truck drivers are going to lose their job because of, that's not a joke, because of driverless cars coming out. And that some politician said, well, just learn to code. And that was the deal. ChatGPT can code better than people already, right? So all those people that go, okay, they're like, oh, back to driving a truck. Oh, crap, that's gone too, right? And so like, are you with me? And so here's my point. You either got to be super high tech, or here's what will always exist in what we do. Learn to be a leader. Learn to organize people. Learn, because here's the thing. When you think about what we sell, we don't sell an app. What we sell is we build communities of people that buy stuff. Do you know that we will always have consumers? That's something we will all do. And what we do is we get together this group of consumers and say, let's all buy stuff from as a block. So now we can negotiate as a buying block with any of these stores. So when we go to Walmart and we said, when we first started and we like, hey, we have this little idea, they would not talk to us. Seriously, Walmart they wouldn't return a call. And so maybe they didn't refuse. We just somehow couldn't figure out how to talk to them. So we started off 2.5 years ago, like doing this on the side of our leadership company. And we had 50 or 60 companies, and then we grew in volume, and then we got 100. And finally, about a year ago, Walmart, because we had done, we're up to several million a month at that time, then they agreed, they opened their doors, and then we got Sam's Club. And then Target wouldn't talk to us until after we had done significantly well with Sam's Club and Walmart. Target's kind of snooty, you know what I'm saying? Like, I almost stopped going because you got to wear a shirt in there and everything. It's all highfalutin. I'm just teasing, but they ought to tell you before you embarrass yourself like that. But so here's the point: is that what we do will always exist. All we're doing is we are creating a movement of people. We call it the consumer rebellion, and it's saying, hey, as a consumer, you have the power. All the money comes from you, right? And so if we can come together as a block, we get to negotiate as a block. That's it, right? And so it doesn't matter. Now in the US, this technology, this is a big thing to understand. This technology, how our payment platform works, is the only technology today in US or Canada that can legally make digital retail payments without going through the credit card scam. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And why do I say credit card scam? Isn't it a free market? Don't you believe in business? No, because they've used the police power of the state. They've used their political power to make it illegal for any competitors. Because there's tons of great technology. Look at PayPal, look at Cash App, look at Venmo. They are way better, more advanced technology than the credit card companies. But when they wanted to go retail, they were not allowed until they partnered with Visa and MasterCard. And now, if you're a business and you want to accept Venmo, they charge you 3-4% merchant fee, just like the credit card companies, right? Because this is the only technology today that can get around that system legally. Isn't that awesome? That's a really big deal. And so, could someone copy our technology? For sure. People already have. Luckily we're way far ahead. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter because we're not selling the technology. We would rather, like, eventually, I hate this technology. I just want to think about it and then have it be done. It'd be way easier. You know what I mean? And so we're going to work on that. But the point is, it won't matter what technology we use. It's the voting block that counts. Are you with me? Does this make sense? It's the people. If we can come together, if we have a value proposition great enough for people to come together and be loyal, that's the power. Does this make sense? Yes? That was the idea of unions with labor unions, right? Now, there's been tons of corruption because they use the police power of the state and whatever. But the idea was, man, if we get together, we could bargain together, right? And we'd have more power. Well, we just do it completely free market and just say, look, credit cards are bad. They get rich by making people poorer. That's their business model. And Starfish is like Robin Hood. We go take that money and give it back to the people. Isn't that awesome? I love that. And so it's something that people can wrap their head around very, very easily. So the three things that I think that make us unique as when you look at our message, like what we're offering, is that number one, it's extremely easy for everyone to use, right? So it's very, what's the P? No, but there's a P word that I really wanted to use that I've used it before. No one's no, because it's profitable, purposeful, and practical. Thank you for me. I'm thanking me because none of you guys helped at all. Fired. Everyone's fired. So number one is very practical. Let me tell you what's not practical. I've been in the network marketing industry for 24 years because Manasseh scammed me into it. And no, I'm just teasing. But and when we got into the industry, listen, I fell in love. I didn't know why there was negative. I'm like, I don't get it because my parents got involved into a business. They did well. The people who helped them did well. I'm like, I don't know why there's negative. And I was in that mindset. And then as I built a large six-figure income in my 20s in that industry, and then I saw, now I know why there's negative around it. And there's two parts of negative. There's negative around the industry that really just is people who don't understand free market and and just a lack of understanding. And then there's negative that's legit, that's super negative. Okay. And so, but one of the things that's not very practical in any business right now is selling your own brand of products. Because today I have a buddy of mine who I know I've done consulting with dozens of direct sales companies, written compensation plans. Like this is all I've done for 24 years. And I'm super passionate about it. So I love the industry. I've always said that. But as I've helped other companies, and I've got a buddy of mine who used to be an owner of a company. Now he's been in at least 10 things in the last 9 years. And every time brings a bunch of people in and then leaves for some reason. And everyone I know is like a networker. That's what they do. And it's really, really, and here's why, is because companies don't last very long at being popular. And here's why. Either they come up with a product that's overpriced, overhyped, it's the next cancer cure, grows hair, it's whatever, right? So overhyped, overpriced, or it's legitly amazing. Some of them are, okay? Some of them are legitly amazing. What happens to the ones that are legitly amazing is it's super easy to basically copy anything now. I can take a product down to a product formulation company. They can break it down to the ion and they can just copy it. And pretty soon you'll probably 3D print it in your back, in your house, right? And so the point is that having some brand, and now I have to try to sell my friends on, no, you don't want that brand. When I married my wife was sponsored by MAC Makeup. And so she had free MAC makeup. And I didn't know what MAC makeup was, but I was in a company that's one of our products was makeup. And you don't have negative products ever. You know what I'm saying? Like what's a negative product? Anything but ours, right? That's negative. And so when we got married, I just threw them all away. And that's how, and for some reason she got all uppity about that. And I had to sleep on the couch for a minute. You know what I mean? And so now I'm passionate, like Manasseh said when he's telling his kids, hey, go use the stores that we have. We should. I was talking to a young guy, and he's like, well, I used to go to Sprouts but now I go to Whole Foods. And so, well, that's not like a huge change. You know what I mean? I used to go to, because we have, we don't have Sprouts yet, but we had Whole Foods. We have We have Safeway, which is Albertsons, which is like 10 other brands. We have Kroger, which is Fry's and Smith's and Fred Meyer and like 10 other brands. We have Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Amazon, and that's about 70% of groceries, but we don't have the others yet. Tomorrow, they might repent and be good people. Right now, they're bad people. Stay away from those people, you know? They're negative, okay? But my point is that trying to convince people to buy a specific brand is hard. Trying to convince people to say, you should maybe go to Whole Foods instead of Sprouts, easier, right? Like go to Taco Bell, but not yet Del Taco, right? Because we don't have them yet. Panda Express, but not the China Star or whatever. You know, I'm just thinking, I don't know what another Chinese food store, because I only go to Panda. Everything else is negative. Okay, so except Payway or PF Chang's, those are on there too. They're good. They're good people. So anyway, my point is, you see how it's practical though, that what we're doing, it is easy it's good for everyone, right? I don't have to convince you that you need to love natural foods. You need to be on a diet. Like that's a harder one. Like you look like you'd love my product. Why? Because it's a weight loss. You just would like it, I think, you know? That's awkward, you know? Like that's not how to win friends and influence people, you know? So this is practical because we have everything. We have everything, right? And then here's the thing. So big picture, where are we going? Well, right now we just started July 5th, Starfish. Then 3 weeks ago, we started Royal Starfish, our premium model. So this is all brand new, okay? We did $1 billion in sales as a company selling education from November 1st of 2011 until we launched this company. So we did over $1 billion in sales selling education. That we were already debt free. We're already filling coliseums. In 2019, we did over 5,000 live seminars in 20 countries. That's a lot every day, right? That's a lot of folks. And so that's our passion. And honestly, for us, COVID was really important because what was happening was we started off selling books and CDs, and we're low cost, high value. People loved it. And we'd have subscriptions ranging from like 60 a month was our premium one, but we had stuff ranging down to 12. And so it was and you get books and CDs shipped. And then things started to change. This is 2011. So mid-teens, some people wanted to go digital and have apps only, right? And so we had started doing that. And by 2019, we were like 40% CDs and books, 60% apps. Here's the problem. We can give you more value with the app, but technologically, there wasn't the same perceived value from the marketplace, because the marketplace now compared us with Netflix or Hulu that are a lot for a little. Are you with me? So we had such a loyal community that we weren't responding to market forces as fast as a retail store would, because our people are like this has changed their life. They're it really works. It's not just education. So we weren't, but when COVID came, we couldn't do seminars. Then it was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And we had just acquired this payment technology a year earlier for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to license it. But we had used it as like a free app as a perk for people who had our education, right? It was like, we didn't know what to do with it, but we figured out real fast once COVID happened, because it's like, oh, well, we better figure something out, right? And it was such a blessing, because I really feel it was divinely led, because then we invested millions of dollars and lots of hours to develop something that today is the most practical thing. I don't have to sell a product. Right now, we've focused on getting the biggest stores. We had 300 July 5th when we launched. We have over 500 today, right? So we keep, not stores, brands, huge brands like a Target. Like this month, we added Victoria's Secret, Lululemon, Harley Davidson, and Cracker Barrel. And there's more, like that's every month we're adding. Those are big brands, right? So that it's very practical that you make money. Here's what Manasseh said. I'm going to play you this video real quick. See, in the direct sales industry, in general, there's something called PV, point value. And here's what that means, is if I sell you a essential oil, if I sell you a lotion, if I sell you a diet product, however much commission I'm going to pay out into the sales force, into the community, we represent that by how much PV. So some products might only be 10% PV, some might be 90% PV. Are you with me? Based on the margin that can be paid out. Anyway, most companies, and I'm talking about this industry because, you know, I started with buckets and pipelines, that the bucket carrying jobs that are out there are really hard. It's really hard for someone to find something that's practical, profitable, and purposeful. It's really hard today. Technology is changing, and we are at the front end now instead of at the back end where we were. We had the purpose, we had the profitability, but we didn't have the practicality. And so we were preaching to people that want to change their life, which is awesome. It's like, I used to be a personal trainer, and it's like going around to tell people like, man, you should sign up for a bodybuilding competition. And like that just scares a lot of people. You know what I mean? But I would sell personal training. I would show before and after pictures, legit, of people that I trained. And it's awesome. People would be like, oh, I feel like that guy. Like, I'm like, your wife doesn't like you, you're tired, your boss is gonna fire you like that. Yeah, okay. And then, but I want to look like that guy. It felt like, yeah, like now your wife loves you, now your boss likes you. Everybody, yeah. And I'm like, I did that for him. I can do that for you. Oh, that's great. That's great. But then I would tell him what it would take. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow at 5 in the morning, and you only eat tilapia and green stuff. That's it, you know. And what? You know, and he's like, you know what? If my wife leaves, I'll find another. It's fine, you know. I don't like my boss anyway, and you know. I mean, it's like all of a sudden they lose their dream. Are you with me? Yes. Here's my point: is because all success takes sacrifice. Don't like give me a stinking break, man. Anybody who's trying to sell something for nothing is trying to sell you something. It's not true. All success requires sacrifice, but you got to figure out what's worth it for you, you know? And so it has to not just be practical, but profitable. And what I'll tell you, what I did was when I left, Manasseh and I and 50,000 of us resigned from a company in 2007 because we felt that we couldn't represent it or the industry. We thought, man, we're going to start something new. And it was, we just felt there's a lot of issues wrong with what we were doing. And it hurt us because we loved so much. But, and so I got into real estate investing, and I was really blessed because I learned how to recruit and train people, which means that you can do any business when you know how to recruit and train people. Like that's business in general. So I got partnered with some friends that were doing really well in real estate investing. And they brought me in as a partner, and we became one of the larger home buying services in Arizona. We were buying millions of dollars of homes every month, fixing and flipping, and it was really profitable. In fact, I went from in the direct sales industry, I was only making maybe $15,000 a month back then. This was 20 years ago, so it seemed like a lot more, and like probably twice as much now, and or 15 years ago, whatever. And but it wasn't rich, and all of a sudden I got in real estate investing, was making way more. And I hated it because I was hauling buckets. Because bigger I got, I had more debt, more employees, bigger building. I don't see my 5 kids, don't see my wife, not fired. Like I was like, I'm not fired up about this at all, even though I was making way more money. Because I realized, yes, I'm money motivated, only because really I'm freedom motivated. And you need to have financial freedom to have freedom. But I was beyond a certain point. Yes, thank you. I appreciate. Thanks, Mom. I brought my mom with me so she could clap for me. I'm seeing. But here's the thing: is that working more to make more money, I was giving up my freedom. That's what hauling buckets is. And my wife's like, well, we don't need to make this much. Why don't you cut back? I'm like, so who do I fire? Because we hired them because I sell a dream. That's what I do. Hey, you join me. We're gonna be so big. We're gonna conquer the world. And they're like, all right. And then we do. And I'm like, oh crap, that means you own me now. Like I'm here at the office all the time. And that's what how many of you guys felt that way if you get a promotion at your job, right? The golden handcuffs. This is so profitable that here's why, is because we're not having to sell people some big auto ship. I don't have to sell people to spend hundreds of dollars a month on products, even if they're great products that you weren't buying before, right? If I was talking to a single mom and I said, and she's like, my sister's in this makeup company, but I don't even wear makeup. Then my other friend is in this essential oil company, but I don't have the money for that. And I said, well, what do you spend on gas? She said, about $100 a week. So what do you spend on groceries? $100 a week. I said, sometimes you eat out, sometimes you travel. I said, so you're spending at least $1,000 a month that you could now spend on this platform. And so by doing that, the average person last month, spent, if on the platform, made $45 in cash back. And then if they're in the business on Royal Starfish, that generated $118 of commission or PV just by buying gas and groceries and stuff they're already buying. So for a $15 net cost, meaning Royal Starfish is $60 a month. So that's like the people that are in the business. And people in the business obviously use it more than just a customer, right? Because if you're just a customer, you're using it, you forget sometimes. If it's your business, you don't forget. You're thinking about it, right? So they use it a lot. So people used it 15 times or more, 60 a month. The average was $45 back, and then 50 PV for the platform. So you spent 60, you get 45 back. This is average. I'm not saying this is what you're going to get. This was our corporate wide average. $45 in cash back, then 68 PV on gas, on groceries from Walmart, from Amazon, the PV from buying the stuff you're buying anyway. And then this subscription's 50 PV each month. So that's 118. That when I was in business before, I would teach people to spend $300 or $400 a month that they weren't spending on good vitamins, on good things that were good, but there's money they didn't spend before that to do 118 PV. Now they're getting all of our education for a net of $15 on average. Isn't that crazy? You see how viral that is? That's ground shaking. And all we have done is the big stores so far. In the future, when we bring on every local merchant, everything, that anything that comes out, we go, oh, well, we have this great product. Great, we'll just partner with somebody. We don't care what you buy. We just don't pay with a credit card. Use Starfish. Are you with me? That's it. Buy whatever you want. We're going to make money on everything because we don't make money on products. We make money because we're a voting block. And so we are you with me? We make money because we build a huge community. We sell the buying power to anyone. And that's the value forever. Pretty soon, technology, they're going to have hover shoes, and we're going to make a fortune on hover shoes, man. I can't wait. But we won't just have one brand. We'll have all the brands of hover shoes. I guarantee. Okay. He said, okay. Anyway, so it's very profitable. And then purposeful. Purpose. When you think about the purpose, right now, every day we're breaking the all-time high records of the most amount of credit card per person in history. Every day we keep breaking the record as by far the highest. Right now we have more auto loans in default than ever before. I have a friend who owns a car dealership back there. Have you heard this? Is this true? More auto loan defaults than ever before, right? Student loans, more student loan defaults than ever before. And people don't, and we haven't even hit, we haven't even hit the consequences. And I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm jacked up about the future because all I know is that the only power, I believe in freedom, and I used to be big into politics, and I figured out politics is actually a Latin word. It's two words, poly and ticks, which, many blood-sucking insects. And so I stopped that, and now I just say I believe in freedom, but I vote, and I think it's good to vote. It might do something. I'm not sure. It makes me feel good to vote, but I don't know that it does anything. But I know what does do something. You know what the people in power care about? We vote with our money every day. You vote with your money on what you believe in, right? Because power follows the money. So if we build a consumer block and we say we're going to go here instead of there, then that's the power. That's a lot more powerful than voting politically. Are you with me? Does this make sense? Okay. Yes, I love it. So, so practical, profitable, purposeful. And I'm going to take 2 minutes to show you that there's a pattern, or a model here called Team Approach. Is there oh, there it is. It's stuck to this. High tech, man. This is artificial intelligence right here. Erase the board. See? Watch it. See what it does? I just told it. That did it. So here's the other thing about Team Approach. When Manasseh got me all jacked up when I was a 21-year-old kid to get in the direct sales industry, that I could be my own boss. I could have residual income. But this is what you would do is you'd say, okay, you go out and you need to bring in a bunch of people personally. Now, first of all, just that scared me because I'm like, I don't even know people. And the people I know for sure, like, aren't going to join me if they have any credibility, because I wouldn't join me. You know what I mean? And I didn't have credibility. So for sure, if they have credibility, they for sure won't join me. Anybody relate to this ever? And so first of all, I was like, that's hard. Like, I got to call them and not tell them what it is and be real. Like, I did audios that sold hundreds of thousands telling people how to not tell people why you want to come to their house. I'm awesome at that. Okay. But you know what? People don't like it no matter how awesome you are. Are you with me? And it's so fun now. I was in Wisconsin on Saturday, and my Uber driver who picked me up from the airport, or my bus driver, is Joel. And I have a follow-up with Joel tomorrow. And on my way, we were talking. I just talked to Joel about Joel. Eventually, Joel says, "What do you do?" Right? Because I'm talking to Joel about you. And I said, "Have you heard of Starfish yet?" He said, "No." I'm like, "What? You need this." That's what I always say. "What? This is for you." He goes, "Oh, tell me." And I said, it's a mobile platform that that pays you cash rewards when you use it to pay instead of a credit card. But what's really cool about it, Joel, is that when you share it with someone, it has a referral program that pays you an ongoing residual commission every time they buy anything forever. And he's like, "What? What do you mean?" I'm like if they go to Walmart, if they go through a drive-through to Panda Express, if they go buy gas, they get cash back and you get paid forever. He's like, "Well, can you sign me up?" Now, that's different than my audio on how to come to your house without telling you what I'm doing, right? I can tell people everything. And then I tell them that much, which is everything. And I say, "I'm going to come over and show you the numbers. I want to come show you how the money works." And they go, "Yeah, come over." It is so simple. Then on my way home, I was picked up by a super sharp lady. What's her name? I got to follow up with her. Her name is Joanne. And Joanne is like early 60s, used to own a restaurant and was a corporate executive. This is her third career, driving a Mercedes, picking me up to take me to the airport, right? And I said, "Joanne, tell me," first of all, I don't pitch, I ask about Joanne. Joanne tells me about Joanne. And I said, "Joanne, you are way too smart, sharp, and valuable to be taking me to the airport today." And she said, "Oh, thank you." And I said, "No, you need to do what I'm doing. You and I need to work together." And she's like, "Oh, well, tell me." I said, "Well, have you heard of Starfish yet?" "No." "Well, it's for you. You'll love it. It's a mobile platform that gives you cash rewards when you use it to pay instead of a credit card. But what's amazing, Joanne, is it's got a referral program that when you share it with someone, every time they use it, you get an income, you get a percentage, a commission on everything they buy forever." She's like, "What? That's amazing." And we start talking, and immediately, and she's like, "Well, is that," and as we talk more, she goes, "Is that like network marketing?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." I said, "The difference is, instead of me trying to sell my own brand of product, all we do is we get people together and say credit cards are bad. They get rich by making people poor. And Starfish, we come all together, we negotiate great deals with these companies, and we pay all the profit back to the people." She's like, "That's genius." I'm like, I know. It's easy. Okay, so then, okay, I can go talk to people. But here's the problem. Go get 10 people like this. And here's what I learned in direct sales. If you, when my person who showed it to me said, you get 6, and then they might not be as ambitious as you, but they'll get 4, and then those 4 get 2, right? And so that 6, 4, 2. And I'm like, "Oh, that's great, man. That's awesome." Somebody else will say, "Well, in ours, you just get 2, and then they get 2, and then they get 2. I'm like, "Well, that's even better. I only got to get 2, and then you guys go get your 2. But here's what really happens. You get 2, they both quit. Then you get 2 more, they both quit. And then you go, "This doesn't work." And I'll just tell you, that'll never work, because it doesn't work with gym memberships. It doesn't work with churches. That doesn't work where you just go, "I got my 2, right? Like, people follow leadership, and you only should make money when you bring value. And so you got to learn to be valuable to others, to be a coach, a mentor, and teach them how to win. That's how you get rich, is you bring value. Are you with me? So you got to, it's not because you got a good spot. Like, It doesn't matter what spot you got. I'm telling you, long term, you're never going to create wealth unless you choose. If you want to make more, you got to become more valuable. Period. Right. So, but as we're learning this structure. This is what Manasseh scammed me into. I'm just teasing, but this is what we learned all these years ago. Is hey, you go get 10, and out of 10, you might get 2 or 3 that'll do this, and then you work with them and tell them to do the same thing. Well, what happens to the other 7? They all quit, and then the internet came out, and they quit, and they get on social media and they say how bad you are, and because you set them up to fail, right? Like people do not have 95%. Do not have the skills required to be a 5%er. Think about that. Okay. So, or they would be, right? I mean, 70 or 78% of drivers think that they're above average. That just doesn't work, right? And so, but here's the thing. Here's what we changed it. When this is you, this is why this grows so stinking fast. Okay. You have a practical, profitable, and powerfully purposeful. I threw an extra P in there too. A model, a message that makes sense to people. Then we build as a team. So here's you, and we'll teach you what to do, how to say. Like we have a whole system that works. But the point is that when you get started, most people. Now you're not like this, but the fictional you will get in and be all excited when you leave, and then go, yeah, but I've tried stuff before, and I probably work for somebody else, but not for me. Sounds too good to be true. Now, if we told you a bunch of garbage, you'd totally believe it, right? But if it's so good stuff, it sounds too good to be true. But if we said the world's going to end and you're terrible, we'd be like, I think you're right, right? But it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe a vision powerful, right? It's hard to believe that the great thing can happen to me right now, that you can get free in 2023, right? That's hard. Yeah, I love that though. Yes. Okay. But here's what we do is we're going to work together with you. And let's say you're working with Jerry and Sherry. The next person that Jerry and Sherry enroll, you didn't even know them, but Adam gets involved, and Adam is Jerry's Uber driver. And Adam says yes, and they put Adam on your team. You didn't know Adam, but now everything that Adam buys counts towards your group PV. You get paid a percentage of that. Then Sherry brings in Beth and Charlie, okay, and so then you haven't even done anything yet, but you got 3 people on your team. Then what happens is the next couple of people you bring in, they go here, and here's when someone first enrolls, whoever enrolled them gets an extra commission, because when you first enroll, everybody starts off as a customer, and then 2 days later you choose to upgrade into the business. Once you're in the business, you're going to get paid on Adam, Beth, Charlie, and any of these people as if you brought them in yourself. There's no difference based on who brought them in. It's truly team approach, that those people are now part of your team. You get paid on everything they do. Isn't that awesome? So then what happens is all you need, as we're building this, I'm not going to go through too much because I'm already out of time, but now you brought in at least 2 here, right? So once you have at least 4 in your first team, we say, hey, you bring in at least 2 of them. So you brought in Doug and Ernie. Okay. And so you brought in Doug and Ernie, and you already have 5 people. So we show, hey, you did 5 here, and you get a couple of people on your second team, right? So this is Alice and Bob. Okay. And so now you brought in 4 people, but you have at least your upline brought in, I showed you 3 or 4 here, but at least 2 more. And so you got 4 and 2. Average income right there is $380 a month. You brought in 4 people that want to build this as a business, which is what? Like what somebody says, well, what if they don't build it? If they don't build it, they get a better deal on all the stuff they were buying anyway. The horror of horrors, right? Like they can't lose. And Royal Starfish is all of our education that we built $1 billion company around, selling it for $60 a month. That's one of the benefits of Royal Starfish. Everything that we already proved. So then here's what happens. Let's say these 4, these 2. So if now they won't all do this, but let's just pretend they all did the same thing. So we help Adam bring in 2. Beth bring in 2. Charlie, right? So these 4 all brought in 2. So you had 4 original, that's a 4. Okay. And they were each brought in 2. So now there's 8. Now it's 12 deep. You see that? Yep. And then they got 2 in their second team each. So that's 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's another 8. So 8, 8 plus 4, that's 20. So all you did is you got 4 and 2, but you only brought 2 and 2. Your upline helped you get 2, right? And then you helped each of those get 2 in their first team and then get 2 in their second team. So now they made 380. You helped Alice bring in 2 below Bob, Bob bring in 2 below there, and then help them get 2 on their second teams. Now, not everyone's going to do it. That'd be sweet if they did. But then they'd call us a cult because everyone listens, right? And so I'm like, how do we become a better cult? We need Kool-Aid. And then everyone will listen. Okay. We got to cultivate relationships anyway. But it's okay. Everyone gets agency. But let's say they all listen. Then all we're doing is we just helped. You brought in 4. Okay. Your upline brought in 2 below you. You helped each of these 4 bring in 4. They're all making $380 a month. You're making about $2,000 because now you have 10 in this team, 20 and 10. Now you're making $2,000 per month average income. Okay. 2 teams. Now we just enhance the comp plan. I'm not going to go too details on this. We used to, by then, at that point, we teach you to start a 3rd team. Now we just enhance it to where you can stay in these 2 teams all the way up to a low-level 6-figure income. Like you get 2 teams, what we call Turbo 100, 2 teams of 100 showing up, and you're making a professional level income. You're that close to 6 figures, just under or just over 6-figure income, just by getting 2 teams. Most of the time, your first team, you got somebody else helping you a lot, doing most of it, and you learn your apprenticeship, and then you start a second team. This is a get-free machine, guys. This is something no one's ever seen this before. We talk about 75 billion is what merchant fees went to the Visa to credit cards last year. 75 billion, 205 billion went to the network marketing industry last year, and yet almost none of the big companies grew. Because it's just new companies selling a new flashy thing that won't be around in 5 minutes. Because if it's a great product, somebody will copy it. And we don't care what we sell. We just say, don't pay with credit cards, pay with Starfish. Credit cards are bad, Starfish is good. There you go. That's all. That's it. So here's what I get so jacked I can't sleep in. Because I've spent 24 years. I love this industry. We've been blessed. Because of my mentor, Manasseh, and what he's taught us, we've made millions. We've been able to travel the world. I was coming back from Wisconsin. I was looking at videos on my phone of me with my daughter in Peru, jumping out of waterfalls and riding turtles in Piura and going to Cusco, the Machu Picchu. And I've been able to take all my teenagers one at a time all around the world that work with orphanages and be able to really see how the people that we touch and make friends. We've been able to help people all around the world become financially free, retire their parents, make massive impact. We've been able to live this most incredible life. And I'll end with this. I was my oldest son right now, Jackson, is currently my favorite. And just kidding. But I have 4 boys and a daughter, and they're like, I tell them my love can be bought and is absolutely not equal. Okay, so make sure if you want an inheritance that you're on track. I'm just teasing. But but anyway, Jackson decided to go serve a mission for our church in Las Vegas. And his whole focus was when he gets back after 2 years, they won't be able to call it Sin City anymore. He's cleaning it all up, man. And I'm like, well, that'll put all the hotels out of business. I don't know if the people like that. Everyone will move. But anyway, he's down there, and he's traveled the world with me. I would have him go with me, and he'd help me with seminars. And he was like, he's been out 4 months, and he's loving it, and he's doing so great. And we talk every Monday, and he was on 2 days yesterday talking to him. He wants to talk for like 8 hours. It's so fun. I'm like, but Monday is not my P day. Like I have like that's anyway. Your day where you can do what you want. Like I got to do stuff. But I now pretty much it's my talk to Jackson day. But he's asking me all these mentoring questions, and he's like, Dad, I just can't believe. Like I've been all over with you, and I'd see what you did, and I just thought, I don't know that I could do it. And he's like, now I'm out just talking to people about something I love and something that can change their life. And I'm thinking, this is what my dad does and gets paid millions. He's like, tell Oren, when I get back, I'm gonna be the youngest life coach ever. And I love that. I love it because if you can find something that you're passionate about, that helps people and can't hurt people, it's not sales anymore. Now you're on a mission. Now you're on a mission to when I talk to Joel, I think, Joel, this might be the only chance that someone that can teach you how to win is in your car. And I'm going to talk to you, right? I'm tired. I don't want to talk. I do it because I feel someone else gave me that chance. Everywhere I go, it's not like, how do you get up the courage? I'm like, I feel massively guilty and many times turn around and go back to where I was to tell somebody. I don't want to tell them, especially if they get in with me. I have to help them personally. You know what I mean? That's exhausting. You can't just hand them off to you, And so, but you know what? I do it because I know what I have is very practical. It's very profitable. It's very purposeful. And I know anybody can join this team and they're going to win if they'll just follow a system. I've never seen anything else like this at a time when the whole world is confused and doesn't know the way forward. And we're saying, look, it's not the political system that is the head of all that whole snake. It's the financial system that funds it. And the tip of the spear of the financial system is the credit card monopoly scam that is enslaving people with debt, which leads to inflation, which leads to taxes. And it's 70% of the average person's wages go to inflation, debt, or taxes their whole life. And it starts with credit cards. And it's like, hey, buy now, pay later. We say pay now, get paid forever, instead of buy now, pay later, and owe forever, right? We have a better way, guys. And you're here. Love you. Thanks.